Hey guys, it's Jazz and I am back today with part 2 of my all about your zodiac sign video. This is going to be about your sun sign, and let's just go ahead and jump straight into it. If you have not seen part 1, be sure to check it out. I will leave that link down below. 7th sign in the zodiac is Libra. Now Libra is a masculine air sign and they are known as the sign of partnership. They are very artistic people and they are very peaceful people. If they are not peaceful, if they have not reached that stage of their life yet, they are really trying and aiming towards peace. Peace and harmony is basically why they are the scale sign, because they are constantly in their life they are constantly trying to balance everything in their life. Their home life, their work life, their relationship life, their friend life, the financial life, all aspects of your adult, as humans on earth that we have to juggle. They are really all about trying to make sure that every single part of their life is balanced and in harmony. And when one thing is off, it throws them off, it throws the scales off, and it does kind of drive them crazy. There is a very popular saying in astrology that says that Libra women are very beautiful and Libra men are metrosexual, or lean towards metrosexual, in a sense of Libras really take pride in their outer appearance. You will not see a Libra let themselves go. If you have a Libra friend or a Libra in your life that has let themselves go and does not care about how they look, check on them because they might be going through something. Libras really care about outer appearance. Libras can be judgmental. They tend to judge people based off of outer appearance. They feel like they take care of themselves. You should take care of yourself too. Overall, they're very easygoing people. They're not necessarily like super outgoing. They're definitely not introverts, but they're not super outgoing, but they are very easygoing and very charming. And they attract people to them. People are drawn to Libras. Like, they are very magnetic. They have a magnetic energy and they're very charming. They will sweet talk anybody. So because of that, they can be very persuasive as well. They love polished social settings. They don't like chaotic social settings or events. They like to go where things are organized, things are polished, maybe like a more prestige place. They don't like chaotic, rough around the edges type places or environments that really throws them off balance. They need to be in places that are organized, well put together. So going into the partnership thing, why they're called the sign of partnership is because a Libra is happiest in a partnership. Now, they thrive in marriages, they thrive in long-term relationships, and even if they don't have one of those two things, then they are either trying to find a husband or trying to find a partner, or they have a partner in some other important aspect of their life. Like, let me just throw this out there. Say it's a Libra woman and she has a business, like her own business. So she may have a partner in her business, where most people would do this business venture alone. She would have a partner if she doesn't have a partner somewhere else. So they really take pride in partnership, and they do believe that two heads are better than one. They work very well in teams, so they are definitely a team player. And because they love beautiful things and they're into beauty, sometimes they can come off as vain when it comes to like them as a person. But speaking about their home, the home of a Libra person will always have some sort of touch of like elegance or like class, or something that's just beautiful to look at. Like, they will spend money on beautiful things to look at, even if it's not like a practical thing. Like, a Libra will spend money on a sculpture because it's a beautiful item, and when you walk into the foyer, you see this sculpture. Like, that is a Libra. They see nothing wrong with the nice things in their home, the nice things, their handbags and their shoes and stuff like that. They see nothing wrong with that. They feel like the nice things around them are like the ornaments of their life. They expect people to admire them, but here's the thing about a Libra is that a lot of people call them the mirror sign, because at first they're charming, easygoing, really nice people, but when you get to know them, they will start to mirror you. So if you are nice to a Libra and you continue to be nice to a Libra, they will continue to be nice to you. They will not cross you. They will not ruffle any feathers. That's another thing about them. They do not like to ruffle feathers because they do not like conflict at all, but I'll touch on that in a second. So they will not ruffle any feathers with you. If you're nice to them, they're going to be nice back. If you are mean to them, they're going to be mean back. If you only offer them a drink half of the time, they're only going to offer you a drink half the time. So that's how they are. They mirror you. And the reason why they mirror people and they mirror people's actions and they treat people how they are treated is because to them that is fair. And they believe in fairness. They apply fairness to all aspects of their life, and that includes their relationships with people. So another thing that Libras are known for doing is that they like to keep everything in their life balanced to make sure that everything is in harmony. And one thing that they are notorious for doing is they will make sure that they put on a false front to the public. Even if they are not doing so well, they will not let it show. Like, they will not let it show. They are not the type of people to put all of their dirty laundry out there or bring out all the skeletons out of their closet. They keep that stuff inside. They want, from the public perception of them, to be beautiful, good, only beautiful, good things said about them. They don't want negative, bad, anything else said about them. They just want the public perception to always be beautiful, good things about them. So yeah, they are very, very non-confrontational. They do not ruffle anyone's feathers if they do not have to. I mean, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to really make a Libra like go off. Like, you have to really be testing them for them to go off on you. And lastly, Libras are also known to be indecisive people, and that just has to do with the fact that they like to keep everything balanced, and they feel like, oh, if I do make this decision, then I have to do this, and then I have to do this, and I have to do this. And to not mess up their equilibrium, they would rather not make a decision. You know, they'd rather stand still until they have to do something about it because they don't want to mess up all the stuff they got going on. Next up is Scorpio. Now, Scorpio is another one, just like Gemini. I feel like Geminis and Scorpios are the two signs that get the worst rep. So Scorpio is a feminine water sign. They are known as the sign of legacies. So let me just go ahead and touch on the legacy things first before I get into the general characteristics. What I mean by legacies is they are more concerned with the bigger picture, with the afterlife, with what their life means when they are gone. They are really, really into finding their purpose in life. They feel like they were put on this earth for a reason, and they spend their life trying to find that reason, and they're very, very passionate when they are going about this lifelong journey of finding their destiny and finding their passion. And like, really small petty things do not matter to a Scorpio. Like, they are worried about bigger things than that for the most part. But the Scorpios are known as the sign of extremes and contradictions because they are so complex. They are powerful and weak at the same time. They're independent and clingy at the same time. They're passionate and cold-hearted at the same time. And they're both magnetic and unapproachable. So it's like, what? They're very, very imaginative. They do spend a lot of time imagining and daydreaming and spending a lot of time in their own heads. They are extremely emotional people as well. They may not show it, but they're very emotional. So very, very persistent people. If they want to do something, or they found their passion, or they're passionate about something, they will go after it relentlessly. They will go after it. And a lot of Scorpios generally understand the meaning of sacrifice. So because they are so extreme in their everyday life, they are either all in or all out. They don't really half-ass things. They're not like, oh, I'm gonna kind of do this. No, they're all in or all out. A lot of Scorpios have a hidden agenda with people, and they can tend to be really controlling, possessive, and manipulative of their lovers especially, but also their friends. They have a lot of energy, a lot of drive, and a lot of endurance. They can go after one goal for a long time. They can do things for long periods of time. A lot of them are night owls. They can stay up really late. And here's another water sign thing. They are known to be pretty intuitive and also have a sixth sense. So they kind of have like psychic type of things. They feel like they've lived a past life before. That also has to go to legacy thing, that they realize that they're going to die, and they realize that it's a bigger issue, there's a bigger picture here. They are known to have like a sixth sense and be really, really intuitive. Scorpios are extremely mysterious. I mean, that is why I personally have never had a close Scorpio person in my life, is because they're so mysterious. I don't have time. I don't have time to decode people. That's actually one of my pet peeves. It's just like, why do you have to be so secretive? You know what I mean? Like, if you're friends with a Scorpio or a Scorpio moon, because they be doing this too. So you could ask your Scorpio friend and be like, hey Scorpio, what are you doing today? Oh, I'm hanging out with someone. Oh, that's cool. Who is it? My friend. Oh, is it a new friend? No. Okay, have fun. Like, they're so secretive, and they like to keep their private life a mystery. And even though I just used like a friend example of a Scorpio not wanting to tell me what friend she was hanging out with, that also probably had to do with the fact that she's possessive of her friend and she don't want me to be friends with her friend, you know? Scorpios are like that. Some people can deal with that. I can't deal with a Scorpio. All right, y'all, go ahead and get your popcorn because I'm about to be talking about myself. So next up is Sagittarius. I am a Sag for life. I have experienced both sides of being a Sag. I, in my younger years, was a crazy, reckless Sag, and now I am a more mature, wisdom-seeking Sag that just wants to explore, but in a responsible way instead of a reckless way. Sagittarius is a masculine fire sign, and we are known as the sign of philosophy and higher thinking. Some of our characteristics include we are very, very, very ambitious. We are energetic, we're very wise, we are very generous. Now, don't even start, okay? I already know some of you are like, no, you're not. We are generous. We are generous. We may show it in different ways, but we are generous. Like, to us, giving you a lot of time is being generous. Giving you a very thoughtful gift is being generous. We are explorative. We are challenge seeking. We are not only challenge accepting, we are challenge seeking. We love a good challenge. We love it. Like, we love it. We love doing like random 30-day challenges, and then we ended up not finishing them because we're very, very impatient. But the point is, we at least try and we start. We start challenges all the time. We love challenge. We are extremely open to new ideas, not just open to them, but we will go out on our own and try to find out more about new things. Like, if you guys only understood how many tabs I have open all the time on my phone, on my computer, because when I hear something that I don't know, or when I hear something that sparks my interest, or something, or a word that I don't know what that means, I'm looking it up. Like, I want to know everything. Like, I really do. I want to know everything. Like, it's so exciting to me. I feel like Sagittariuses know a little about a lot. We know a little about like everything. Because at some point we have looked it up. And if it's really interesting to us, which it doesn't take a lot for us to get interested in things, we are also known to get distracted easily. We are easily distracted, easily amused, easily entertained. So it doesn't take a lot for things to spark our interest, but when they do spark our interest, we can write a freaking 10-page research paper on why broccoli is better steamed than boiled. You know what I'm saying? But our most prized possession and characteristic and all that is we are freedom-loving people. We cherish our freedom more than anything. Freedom is the most important thing to us. If we do not have freedom, that is a depressed Sag. That is a sad Sag. That is a Sag that feels literally trapped. Like, we feel like we are a bird, okay? We need to be able to fly away at any time. We do not like things that hold us down in long commitment. The Sagittarius is going to be very, very cautious on getting into a 30-year mortgage in a town that they barely know, or, you know, just for a job. Like, Sagittarius isn't doing that. Like, we need freedom. And even if we don't fly away, we just need the option. You know, we can't have the cage. We may be very content with where we are, but we still need the option to be able to leave. Because when we want to do something, we want to do it now. We don't want any outside influences to stop us or persuade us or hold us back or postpone anything because we don't have any patience. Just to touch on love for a second, it's really hard. It's really, really hard to pin a Sagittarius down emotionally and physically. Like, it's hard. Like, to pin us down emotionally, like, you gotta be a really good dude. Sagittariuses can be very, very reckless and very, very irresponsible as well. And we will have multiple jobs in our lifetime. We are known to have multiple jobs, multiple careers, multiple things going on, because we will try something for a couple years, not like it, move on. Try something for a couple days and move on. Try something, you know, like, we just don't have a lot of follow through. That's our downfall. We don't have a lot of follow through. We don't have a waited out period like some other signs. And so a lot of us, we quit jobs really like fast, like, okay, bye. On to the next one. Like, it's just, and another thing about us is that we are ruled by Jupiter. So Jupiter is the planet of luck and good fortune. So a lot of Sagittarius feel like they are very lucky. They feel like they are very fortunate and that they are usually in the right place at the right time, because opportunities tend to open up for us when we need it. Like, opportunities and doors open up for us in the clutch all the time. So anyways, even though we are a very lucky, optimistic, kind of like, not easygoing, we're not really easygoing, but we are like, just kind of like, you know, it may seem like we're happy all the time, but like, we're not. We have dark clouds that like will come over us some more than others, but it never lasts long. Like, you can't keep a Sagittarius down for long. You know what I mean? You can clip our feathers a little bit, but we're gonna heal like that, and we're gonna be flying on to the next thing. A lot of our restlessness and adventurous side of us and wanting to try new things and do new things also comes with this kind of mentality that we have, is that the grass is greener on the other side. And if it's not greener, I want to know if it's not greener. Like, I can't live without knowing if the grass is greener type of mentality that we have. I do have FOMO when it comes to my dreams and my sincere interest. I can't continue life without at least dabbling into it, without at least trying, without at least seeing it, without at least giving it a go. You know, that fear of missing out, you know, that what if I didn't, or what could have happened. I don't like those type of questions. I need to know. So the only way to know is to do. Another thing about us, it depends on your moon sign, but is we rarely talk about our feelings. We talk about what we think about our feelings. Like, we separate ourselves from our feelings. You know what I mean? So instead of saying, I am sad, I would say, I feel like I have feelings of being sad because of this, like, you know, like, we try to like analyze our feelings and we try to separate it, because we are the philosophy sign, so we try to look at everything in a philosophical kind of way. We are extremely open-minded people, and we are pretty, no, that's not true. Some things say that we are kind. I don't think that kind is the word to use for us. I don't think that's the word. That's not the word. We're very blunt people, very honest people. Don't ask us anything sensitive if you don't want to know a raw answer, because we're going to give it to you, similar to an Aries. A lot of Sagittariuses are entrepreneurs, or that is their goal, is to be an entrepreneur, because we are freedom-loving people and we hate answering to people. We hate being told what to do. We do not like bosses. So we need to be in at least a career where we can be our own boss and our schedule is somewhat flexible. If we are in a career where our schedule is set by someone else, it's not a flexible schedule, and we have a bunch of people over us telling us what to do on a daily basis, that's going to drive us. That will drive us crazy. It'll drive us crazy. And because we understand freedom and we appreciate and cherish freedom so much, we do not meddle in other people's plans and in other people's lives. Like, some signs will meddle and try to control people. We do not meddle in other people's lives. We're non-judgmental. Like, you do you, I do me. Like, you're not hurting me, so, you know, we're not going to meddle in your life, and we expect the same in return. We do not like it when people meddle in our life. We do not like when people try to stop us from doing stuff. We don't like that. It's like, you do you, and I'm gonna do me. What's wrong? We have an amazing sense of humor, okay? We are hilarious people. Our sense of humor is amazing, okay? If you don't like a Sag's sense of humor, then you're just not funny. Another little thing about Sagittarius is that a lot of us have Peter Pan syndrome, and we may not even realize it, but a lot of us have Peter Pan syndrome. Like, we just despise the fact that we have to grow up. We despise the fact that we have all these responsibilities. Like, a lot of us have a lot of nostalgic feelings throughout the day, throughout the week, of just feelings of wishing that you were a kid again and young again and free again. And you know, I personally am extremely nostalgic. I think about the past all the time. A lot of Sagittarius were like that, and we think about that often, but when you're an adult, you can't be doing that all the time. So a lot of us have Peter Pan syndrome, and we long for a life that gives us the freedom to be able to do whatever we want without too many responsibilities. Overall, we have a hunger for life experiences. But yeah, that is a Sag in a nutshell. There's a ton more about Sagittarius though, but I'll leave it there because I feel like I've talked about Sagittarius for at least 20 minutes. Next up is Capricorn, and Capricorn is a feminine earth sign, and they are known as the sign of public life and reputation. So Capricorns are very, very similar to Virgos, but they care a lot about what people think about them. They care a lot about being more in the public eye than a Virgo does. A Virgo is more reserved, and Capricorns are more outgoing. Both a Virgo and a Capricorn are feminine earth signs, so they have a lot in common. And the main thing that they have in common is that Capricorns are relentless workers. They work, and they have, but their reasons for work are different. Their reasons for work is for the money. The reasons for work is for the things you could buy with money. The reasons for work is for the recognition, the reputation, the achievements, the rewards. They love it when the public and people around them recognize what they're doing and give them praise for what they're doing. They make great politicians. A fun fact that, well, I don't know if it's a fact, but since I've been doing like a whole bunch of research about astrology, I've realized that a lot of reality stars are actually Capricorns. Capricorns are opportunists, and that might make a lot of Capricorns upset, but deal with your truth. You're an opportunist. Capricorns are opportunists. They are known for it. That is one of their very strong-willed traits, is to be an opportunist. They just believe in using you to get ahead, or using a situation to get ahead, or using an opportunity to get ahead. They also believe in slow and steady wins the race. So they're not relentless in a sense of like, oh, no, they're like slow and steady. I have a plan. I have a 2-year plan. I have a 5-year plan, and I have a 10-year plan. Nothing is going to deter me from this plan. They're very, very stubborn. They are the GOAT. So they're very, very stubborn, and they are going to go in that 2-year plan, 5-year plan, 10-year plan, check off every little box, every little detail as they go along. And that is a Capricorn. Because they have relentless long-term drive, they go like kind of a slow and steady pace. They are very, very patient people when it comes to their goals. They may not be patient with people, but they're patient when it comes to their goals. Because they care so much about what people think of them and how the public perceives them, they are very prideful, they are very defensive. And because they do a lot to get to where they need to go, and they will step on toes to get there, I mean, they will do a lot to get to where they need to go. They are very strategic people. They don't make moves until they've planned it out first. They're very, very strategic with work life, with people. Their end goal for them is to seek security. A lot of Capricorns, at the end or be all, the end of that 10-year plan, they want to be wealthy. A lot of Capricorns believe in hard work and, just keep your head down and grind it out for like, your 20s so that you can live good in your 30s. That's the type of mindset that they have. A very admirable mindset. Like, very, very admirable. They're very disciplined and they do not need people to tell them or guide them to do anything. They make great managers. So yeah, they have a strong desire for money and status. They really, really want people to respect them at the end of the day. They really appreciate and sometimes demand respect. And one thing about Capricorns that they don't show a lot, but their inner self will tell you that they also long for love. They like to be in long-term relationships because it's kind of like a steady type of thing. They don't like to have to go out and date and do this and do that and, you know, mess up the balance of their life in that type of way. They like things to be kind of steady, but they're not the type to like rush to get married or like do impulsive type of things like that. Like they take their time in relationships, they take their time in everything that they do. Like they're kind of always aware of like where they are in their plan, where they are with people in their life. They just kind of have a really just heightened sense of like time and position and realizing where they are and where they need to go. And they usually take pride in being on time. And at the end of the day, a Capricorn, kind of like a Scorpio, believes in the meaning of sacrifice. They know what it means to sacrifice. So like I said before, like they are willing to sacrifice their 20s to live good lives, to live a good life in their 30s. They understand the meaning of sacrifice. They understand the meaning of risk. They understand the meaning of investing. They make great investors. Great investors. A lot of Capricorns are really into investing. Beneath all of that discipline, drive, desire for money and status and workaholic kind of nature to them, they're actually kind of sensitive. They don't like you to criticize their work that they work so hard on, you know, so they're kind of sensitive in that type of way. And Capricorns are also known to have a dry sense of humor. Very, very dry humor. But yeah, overall, when it comes to the money thing, they are very, once they acquire the money, they are very cautious and conservative with their money. Some people call them stingy. A Capricorn is the type of person, they could be the richest person at the table, the richest person at the dinner table, and everybody gets, you know, their food and their drinks and everything. And let's say a Capricorn only had one water, they didn't get any alcoholic beverages, and everyone else got alcoholic beverages. A Capricorn is going to be the one that says, no, we're not going to split the bill evenly. I didn't get any alcoholic beverages. I'm going to pay for mine, y'all are going to pay for y'all's. They are very stingy with their money. They do not like spending money on things that they don't feel is well deserved, or, you know, things like that, or the things that they don't need. The thing about Capricorns, which is why I don't get along with Capricorns. If you guys can tell, if it's kind of like a, if it's coming off in the script, I don't like Capricorns. Sorry, Capricorn, I'm so sorry. But Capricorns are closed-minded people. They're pretty closed-minded, and they just believe what they believe, and they're not going to open up their mind to anything that doesn't gain them anything. You know, Capricorns hate chaos. They are orderly people, so they like to make sure that things are not chaotic. They like things to be organized and put together well. Chaotic things and chaotic situations, they just dip out. Like, they're not going to be here for. And overall, Capricorns are very private people. They like to keep their situations private, their plans private. They're not the type to sit there and brainstorm with you for plans and stuff like that. They will keep their $1 million idea to themselves and work on it silently for 10 years type of people. And another thing that I found in my research of the zodiac sun signs is that Capricorn women are the most likely to marry for money. So all right, y'all, next up is Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is a masculine air sign, and they are known as the sign of hopes and dreams. For this sign, they're not complex. They just have many, 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 many layers. So I'm just going to kind of go down the list real quick of all the things that goes on in an Aquarius, and then we're going to kind of break it down a little bit. Go into details in some of them. So an Aquarius is eccentric. That is one of their stereotypes. They're oddball, wacky, eccentric people, but they would call themselves original. They're very assertive people. They are extremely friendly and very, very independent. They're pretty analytical people as well. They're witty, they're inventive, they have but here's the thing, and they're creative. But here's the thing that's kind of contradictory to most creative out there people is that they are not open-minded. People that have very strong dislikes, and when it comes to their dislikes or their beliefs, they are very fixed in opinion. They are not a mutable sign. They are fixed in their own opinion. And a lot of Aquarius are know-it-alls. They think that they are know-it-alls. And I say think that they are, but you can't tell that to them. To them, they do know everything. But they are know-it-alls. Their favorite word is, or their favorite phrase is, I know. Like, they say I know to everything. Like, I know, I know, I know, I know. Yeah, I know, I know, oh, I know. Oh, I know, I know, I know, I know. Every Aquarius ever met says I know all the time. They like to be alone just about as much as they like to be around other people. But when they are around other people, they are very, very friendly and inviting, and they love people. A lot of them are humanitarians. They really care about the human race. They care about humans as a whole. They love to people watch. That's one of their favorite things to do, is just people watch. Study people, study society, study cultures. They love getting to know people, but they refuse to follow society. They refuse to follow anyone else's orders or anyone else's, whatever. They like to follow their own orders, their own thing. They like to be different in some type of way. Also, what I've read is that Aquariuses, some of them can be like, okay, Aquarius can be rebels without a cause. Like, they're just rebels just for the sake of being rebels. They are nonconformists just for the sake of not conforming, not because they have any sort of reason or valid reason for that. They are just doing it because they take a lot of pride in being different than everyone else. And so sometimes that makes them extremely prideful and stubborn, and they do not want to budge on anything that they got going on for themselves. They're not budging, whether it's, oh, I want to go here, or oh, I want to do this, or oh, I want to wear this, or whatever. They're not budging. If they set their mind on what they want to do, or if it has anything to do with their creativity or their experiences, they will not budge on that. They do not compromise. Aquariuses have a hard time with compromising. Aquariuses tend to be pretty liberal people, but a lot of them won't say that because they don't like labels. But they tend to be pretty liberal thinking type of people. Aquariuses do not care about what other people think about them. They really don't care about what people think about them. That is a trait that I admire in Aquariuses, is that they just don't care. They don't care what people think about them. They're very self-confident people. And not only do they not care, but they like cheerfully like ignore the haters, basically. Like, they just like, they hate me because I'm beautiful. Like, that's like kind of like the attitude they kind of have. So yeah, they're very friendly, so they love being around people, but they do need alone time to recharge. And when they have their alone time, it's kind of like an isolation type of thing. They need to just be completely isolated and recharge. They are knowledge seekers. They do take pride in knowing a little about a lot, because they do like to know things, and they feel like you can never know enough. So they do like to seek knowledge, and they have no issues with diving deep into like random topics, random discussions. They are good conversationalists, because you can kind of talk to an Aquarius about anything and they will have a different point of view. They will have something that you've probably never heard of before, some sort of eccentric spice to the thing, you know what I mean? They will add their own little touch to any topic, pretty much. They love to debate. A couple things I saw, it said that Aquariuses are argumentative for sport, and I thought that was hilarious, because I agree. I do feel like Aquariuses are argumentative people for the sport of it. I think that they enjoy the mental exercise of arguing, of debating, of trying to find valid points, of countering someone's point. They like that. It's entertaining to them, and it stimulates their mind. They will go bat to bat with you when it comes to their opinion versus your opinion, and they don't like it when you disagree with them. So that is why they have no issue with arguing with you about something. They hide their emotions from people, even like their lovers. They try not to assess things in an emotional way. They try not to be emotional people. Like, they really try to disassociate themselves from their emotions. Last is Pisces, and unfortunately Pisces is the other sign that gets a bad rep because honestly it was kind of difficult finding positive things about Pisces. Like, you guys really got a lot going on. I feel like this next segment is going to be kind of in a pessimistic way, but I'm trying to be positive because, once again, kind of like with a Scorpio, I don't have a lot of close relationships with Pisces people. I guess I'm just not drawn to. I'm not drawn to water signs, to be honest, because I'm a fire sign, so, you know, y'all put me out. Y'all put out my fire, so I do kind of stay away from you guys. But you guys are a feminine water sign, and you guys are the signs of hopes, dreams, and self-delusion. That sounds so bad, but like, apparently Pisces are very mystical. But yeah, Pisces are known to be very receptive people, very emotional people, very caring, very loving, very tender, very, very, very impressionable. However, they're easily persuaded. They can be taken advantage of very easily by more dominating signs. Dominating signs kind of prey on Pisces because they know how much of a pushover Pisces can be. I need my Pisces to stand strong, okay? Because in my research, I kept seeing that same thing being said about you guys. So let's stand strong, Pisces. Let's not let people use us. Let's not let people take advantage of us. So Pisces, I'm trying to send strength to you guys' way. But anyway, so yeah, they're emotional. They're very imaginative. They're very mystical. They love fairy tale stuff. They believe in fairy tale endings. Not realistic. They're more like fairy tale-y, like, and I guess is where the delusion comes in, is that they just want everything to be better than what it is. They are definitely optimistic people, but also at the same time they could be really pessimistic as well. So there's a thing there, but they believe in the good in people. They believe that people are good, and they believe that situations can be better, and they like to just believe that things are better than what they actually are. Very, very romantic, hopeless romantic. They are pretty much the most hopeless romantic sign. And Pisces, lucky Pisces, you guys are the last sign in the zodiac, the 12th zodiac sign, and you guys, a lot of you guys have psychic powers, and even if you don't realize it, try to type into some of your psychic, intuitive, abilities, and see how it works out for you guys, because that's another thing that I kept finding a lot, is that you guys are the psychic sign. You guys feel before you know. You guys feel before you think. You're very, very receptive and intuitive of people's emotions. You feel like you kind of know that things are going to happen before that they happen. So tap into that. A lot of Pisces are astrologers. They make good tarot card readers for that reason, because they do have psychic kind of abilities if they tap into it. Pisces are very compassionate people. They're very, very loving. They have so much love to give, endless amounts of love to give, unselfishly loving towards people that they love, and like I said, they're easily impressionable, so it doesn't take too much to swipe a Pisces off of their feet. Just do some cliche, hopeless romantic stuff, and a Pisces will love you. Pisces love I call it corny and cheesy, but they love that stuff. Pisces are very sensitive people. They are very sensitive. So if you are one of the more blunt signs, harsh signs, realist signs, just kind of take it easy with the Pisces, because they take a lot of things to heart. Pisces are known to be big animal lovers because they have a lot of love to give, and animals are really easy to give love to. So a lot of Pisces love animals. So a lot of Pisces emotions are really conflicting, and if you look at their sign, it'll explain that is kind of like a Pisces nature, is to be conflicting and kind of always be like, I don't know if I'm doing this right, or if I don't know if I'm doing that right, or I don't know which way to go, but I want to do this, but I want to do that, but I can't do this and I can't do that. And they always feel kind of like torn in between different things, Pisces do, because if you look at their sign is two fish tied together going in opposite directions. So that's literally a Pisces life, is like trying to, that's really hard. How do you progressively move forward when you have two things tied together going opposite directions? So a lot of their emotions are conflicting. Pisces love to laugh. They love to be entertained. They love to smile and just be happy and giddy and just no worries, and just they would love for everything to be perfect and easygoing and no stress and no worry and no pain and no fear, and you know, they just really like, they're just innocent. Like, it's cute. Pisces love getting to know people on a very deep level. A lot of water signs do, but yeah, they love getting to know people at a deep level. They love feeling connected to people. Pisces feels the most joy, the most happy when they are involved in a creative, fun project or career, and they're in a loving, deep rooted relationship. That is when a Pisces is just their happiest self. All right, you guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys liked learning about sun signs, and not just your own sign, but other signs as well. Look more into it. Down below, I will put down a book that is amazing, okay? If you want to know about zodiacs and about astrology, check out this book that I'm going to link down below. It has given me so much life clarity, honestly. I think diving into astrology is probably one of the best things that I've done in a really long time. And it's just really exciting because there's so much more to learn. So as I continue to learn and further my knowledge of all these different things, I will continue to share it with you guys. Right now, I am currently researching in my spare time and reading in my spare time about moon signs. So moon signs will be coming next, and I'll probably do it split up just like this one, a part 1 and a part 2, so the videos aren't too long. I'm sorry if this one was so much longer than the other one. I'm not even editing it yet, but I already know that it's going to be longer than the other one because I talked about 3 signs that I have a lot of personal relationships with, and that is Libra, Sagittarius, myself, and Aquarius. So I talked a lot about those because I was able to add a lot of personal things as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you agree with things I said. Yeah, love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.